We're made to believe that we're invincible, but it's not until you're faced with really difficult times and you realise that life is precious.
Adult male trauma.
He's got a partial degloving of both hands.
St George's, ED 10 minutes.
He's got head on into a bus.
Almost totally amputated.
I'm not joking.
You're always so busy.
Well, they're open 24 hours, 7 days a week.
St George's, London.
Welcome to the madhouse.
One of Britain's busiest A&E departments.
Right, CT are ready.
We need 2 units of O&A now.
OK, this is really time critical. It's our job to look after you and worry about you. That we're going to find out what's going on with you, OK?
Thank you.
A place where life...
Success.
Love...
She's all right. She's all right.
And loss unfold every single day.
Love you.
Filmed across one 24-hour period, these are the stories of a nation and its health service.
Brave little man.
I'll never fully understand how people manage to get through one of the worst things they've ever had to deal with in their life.
God, I can't believe this has happened. So brave, isn't it?
You see people from every single walk of life, and it makes you realise the common threads of humanity far outweigh any differences.
Hello, George's A&E.
On a busy day in A&E, there is a high level of adrenaline.
The new one is going to go into 3.
The phone rings all day long.
Adult female trauma call, 5 minutes.
When we start to run out of beds and there is a slow flow of patients out of the department, that's always the fear, that something arrives at the door and you have nowhere to put them.
We need to move someone urgently because we've got no space.
And if you panic, that just makes the situation worse. It is exhausting and it is tiring, and the phone's still ringing.
Hello, George's ED. Medical or trauma? Okay, go. It's a male, did you say? Is this a ventilated trachea patient? For Putney. Okay, so tell me again, rest sats are?
A resident from a neurological hospital is being rushed to St George's. The 35-year-old man has a suspected chest infection and has been struggling to breathe.
Adult male priority, ETA 10 minutes.
We frequently see patients with complex needs coming into the department.
Do a quick bed jig.
People who have had previous catastrophic events in their life. And then we see them down the line when things are going wrong.
My son is a very vulnerable adult. My phone is always on, and it is a constant worry because every day I don't know what's going to greet me. When I arrived at Putney, they were saying to me that he was running a high temperature and he couldn't breathe properly. I went in the ambulance because I'm the only one that really understands him. I felt totally helpless, lost. I couldn't do anything.
Hi, Rose, it's Joan. Have you got anybody that's available to help with a transfer? I'm starting to get strapped for spaces and nurses, and I've got someone at the door.
Yeah,
Hello,
no,
sir, lovely to meet you. We're just trying to make a wee space for you and get a nurse to come and look after you. Pop him in here for now. All right.
Okay, on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh yes, this is Mark. Is a resident at the Royal Hospital for neurodisability. 4 days ago, started becoming unwell. Infection, hospital-acquired pneumonia suspected, and he's also had some lebs, some cough cysts as well to try and clear that.
Hello, sir. How you doing? My name's Will. I'm one of the A&E doctors. Pleased to meet you. How are you feeling? I know you're in any pain at the moment. I understand you've been having some trouble with your breathing. Would it be all right for me to have a listen to your chest?
Can I listen to your chest, Mark?
For a patient that already has a weakened reserve, the worst case scenario is that the infection gets so severe.
Oh, lots of stuff coming out of there.
That it potentially turns into a form of sepsis.
Very rattly.
There's always a risk that the patient might not survive.
So we're going to give you some more antibiotics and take some blood tests from you. Get an X-ray.
Can I take this T-shirt off, my dear? Oh, you're very chesty.
Every time we end up going to St George's, I always think that, is this going to be the last time? Will he come back out?
Can you pass me over a 10ml syringe as well?
Is a constant concern when he does get an infection. He could die. He could stop breathing and die.
Did you write up antibiotics today?
Yeah, I've written out so he's had 2 mgs per kg of Gent IM earlier, and we'll probably, if his renal function's OK, we'll give him a top-up dose of Gent.
Doctors are concerned that Mark's breathing problems might be caused by a severe chest infection.
Do you want to get the parents?
Look at him.
He doesn't have any problem like reading his blood pressure, does he?
Reading, no. He knows exactly what his blood pressure should be.
What should your blood pressure be?
Don't you?
You don't know?
Oh, you little...
Right, I'm going to get you a pillow, sweetheart.
He's got a good sense of humour. And he's always had that sense of humour. Mark was very adventurous as a little boy, very adventurous. His way of coming downstairs was head first, straight down the stairs. We're forever at hospital with him. Broken wrist, a sprained ankle, shoved Lego up his nose.
He was mad about Lego. We used to have Lego this and Lego that and Space Lego, Robin Hood Lego, all sorts of Lego. He swam for the school, he played football for the school, he did most things for the school. Played for cricket for a cricket team called Magdalen, which he played darts for the county. He played snooker, he was thinking of becoming professional at snooker. He used to like fishing, he used to go night fishing for carp.
His blood pressure is going to be my mission.
He made everybody laugh, and he loved life.
I just have some antibiotics to give you into that drip now. You're not allergic to anything, sure you're not? No.
Oh, he looks a bit tired, bless him. Are you a bit tired? No. You do look it, though.
You come into hospital to be insulted like that.
When the boys grew up, I remember sitting here one night and I'm thinking, both the boys are doing well. Both had good jobs. Mark had just got himself a new car. He was absolutely delighted with. And I sat there and I was watching TV and I thought, yeah, my life's complete now. We've done a great job, together, brought both of them up. So I was quite happy at that. But when he was 23, he had quite numerous visits to the doctor saying he felt unwell. And then one day he came in from work, he walked straight into my front door. And I said to him, you've got to go back to the doctors. There's something obviously not right with you. And he did, and then the specialist looked into his eyes and said, there was something seriously wrong. That day changed our lives, really.
There we are, stats of 98, that's good.
I think when somebody has complex care needs, you do feel that extra bit of compassion towards them, because I know that it's difficult for the families. The personal experience I have of that is watching Anna, my sister.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry.
She was severely disabled. She was unable to talk, but she could laugh and she could cry. I remember wanting to help with things. I wanted to be involved in her care. Growing up with somebody like Anna is absolutely 100% why I'm where I am in my career today and why I do what I do. There's no doubt about that in my mind.
Dad, can you pick up my water bottle? Why are you wheeling me out the way like that? You're just out of order. I cannot wait until you're in hospital. Dad! So you're just manhandling me?
26-year-old Katrina has come to A&E with her family after hurting her knee whilst climbing over a fence.
I grew up in Wandsworth, so I've always been a South London girl.
We're here, sitting in hospital with you and your big log leg.
My leg does not look like a log. From the age of 8, I've wanted to be a train driver. I was just fascinated with trains, how they moved, how they operate. Oh, from 6? When I was younger, I would just sit and watch them go by one after the other. I would go to Wandsworth, Coma, Clapham Junction, where I would see trains all the time. This is why I need a babes to come rub it down. I really did like watching them, hearing them whistle, waving at the drivers. It's been my dream to drive trains for a very, very long time, and I've actually managed to bag that career. And now I'm a tube driver for the Northern Line.
Katrina.
Come, Dad, wheel me up. I'm very fortunate that I've actually doing the career of my dreams.
We're just going to the left, room number 2. You can have a seat there.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Let's just pop a brake on so you don't go.
Yeah, just see, you didn't even put on the brakes, so then I'll just wheel out the window.
I'm Vicky. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Vicky.
Right, how can we help you? What have you been up to?
Okay, so basically, I jumped a fence today.
Okay.
And I landed really, really badly.
Over the fence?
Over the fence. I landed on my foot.
Okay.
And it's like, you know when the knee goes like back?
Backwards, okay.
And then it just went like, and then I just landed on the floor. When I injured myself, I was decorating my cousin's grave. I just wanted to just, you know, put some flowers and some soil on his grave. I left the cemetery to go get some more bits and pieces, and by the time I came back, the cemetery had closed. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna climb over and get the stuff.
So it's probably gonna be easier if we can get you up onto the bed just to have a proper look at it. Is that all right? I'll give you a hand.
I'm so scared.
That's all right.
Come on, get a hand.
Dad! My cousin died recently. We recently buried him. I just wanted to do something nice for my aunts and my cousins and my uncle.
And if you swing your legs up.
I wouldn't expect that I would have ended up in A&E.
You lift the whole leg up off the bed, so touch my hand with your toes. I know it might be painful, just so I can see that you can do it.
Go on, go on.
Lovely. I just need to feel where the pain is, sorry.
Wait.
Is it on here?
No,
wait. So you need an X-ray of your knee, okay? And then we can obviously look to see if there's any bony injury. Have it done, then come back and find me.
Varun.
I said don't make noise.
Making noise.
You're making noise, but you shouldn't make noise here.
Varun, I said don't make noise.
Noise.
Appa said don't make noise.
Noise.
Go on then. Stinky one.
You have a bit.
3-year-old Thomas is in A&E with a high temperature. His mum Jade is concerned that it might be linked to his rare blood condition.
The night before, I brought Thomas into A&E. He gained a temperature of 39 upwards. Ready, set, go. He literally went up at one point to 40 degrees. I was a bit scared. It's right next to you, darling. Look under your Kindle. Peekaboo! Because of his blood condition, he's more acceptable of catching sort of any infections. It went under your legs. They're very dangerous for Thomas. Oh, it's so concerning. You know, I literally go on high alert. Thomas, you're going to have to come and sit on the chair and watch it because we need to plug it in because the battery's going to die. Right. Hello. Hi.
How are you? I'm Danielle, one of the other pediatrics.
Hello. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Is this Thomas?
This is Thomas, yes.
Hi. How are you? Bit
exhausted.
Grumpy.
Yeah, he's exhausted.
I can imagine. Well, you know what I'm going to ask? If
I'll
we
try.
Can get a urine, if we can try, just because we don't know exactly where the fever's
coming from.
I'll leave it there for you.
I'll just leave him.
Hand it to one of us, the nurses.
All right, darling.
We probably have a bit of a low threshold for bringing you in, obviously, just because he's had infections in there before. They're quite tricky to manage.
Yes,
Is
very
that right?
tricky.
Yeah, so it might be better that he's here.
Oh,
Is that
perfect.
all right?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Thank you. I was 29 when I met Thomas's dad. Craig was young. There is a 9-year, I think, age gap between us. I wasn't looking for love. I was just out sort of partying with the girls. And, you know, cocktails were flowing, shots were going down. But the first moment that I saw Craig, I thought he looked like a 12-year-old boy. And we was actually saying that he shouldn't be in here, he looks too young. He just laughed it off. He was very jokey and smiley.
Good job.
We had an instant connection, you know. He was just down to earth. What do you do with this hand? We was just sitting on the curb talking whilst everybody else went home. We didn't actually stop talking till 3 o'clock in the morning. Come, let me just take your nappy off quickly, and then you can just sit back down.
Good boy.
Me and Craig had been together, I think, about 1.5 years, 1 year and 8 months. When I found out I was pregnant with Thomas. Yeah, the horse is going to come back in a minute. We had no indication that Thomas would have any condition or anything else wrong with him. But life was about to change dramatically for both of us.
Yes, 2 seconds, sir. I'm very busy at the moment. Just have to give me a few minutes.
Daddy watching with you? No?
Thomas is waiting for a blood sample to be taken to determine the cause of his infection.
Okay. Is your arm sore? Did Daddy fix the arm? Did Daddy get his sore from work and we just cut it off? And then we eat it? No.
When Thomas was born, he got put up onto the scales as a normal baby would. And there he was, this little chubby boy, you know, 7 pound 2. He was just a bundle of joy. The feeling was just emotional, you know. I just burst into tears that, you know, he's finally here. We have our little family that we can enjoy. Just didn't want to let him go. I just wanted to hold him all the time.
Who's that one? Who's the cat?
I would take a touch.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Thomas was born
early hours in the Tuesday morning, and as we were leaving, they took Thomas off to have a heel prick test done.
Craig was standing there with the bags and the car seat. We're all ready to leave, and Thomas literally just had to be rushed from the delivery room to ICU. Before we know it, he's under a billy blanket and he's got 5 lights all over him and all wires connected up to him. It was horrible. It's like somebody just ripped my heart out and just literally taken it and stomped on it, you know. I was an emotional wreck.
We couldn't go in and see him. We couldn't go in and touch him. He was isolated from everyone else. We sort of just had to observe him through a window from 15, 20 foot away. We sort of found ourselves in the unknown. It was heartbreaking.
Where'd he go? Did he eat it? Or did it melt? It melted.
The consultant sort of sat us down and sort of explained in more depth what was going on. They had to do a full blood exchange, which was quite a nasty procedure for a child that wasn't even 24 hours old yet.
It took about 8 hours, I think it was. They was pulling out like a mil at a time of blood and then putting a mil back in, which was just felt like a lifetime. His body is rejecting the blood that he's producing. I thought my world was over.
It's Grilla.
The amount of times that they had to put needles into him, his veins would just pop. So he was the youngest baby to have a port fitted. It sits inside your skin on the rib cage where we are able to access Thomas's bloods.
Here you go.
What?
I've been asked for you.
Hi, Thomas.
He's got. Oh, okay, champ.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry, Thomas.
1, 2, 3, in. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
Well, listen, we're just putting the water in it, remember?
No.
And then that's it. Then it's all finished. Good boy. Calm down, baby. Calm
We've
down.
got everything in one go.
Say bye. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there. Calm down. So Nanny's going to get dummy. Calm down. Well done. I'm proud of you.
You've done such a good job, buddy.
Good boy.
What he's gone through is probably more than what anybody else would have gone through in their entire life. He'd had 3 quite major operations.
Close your eyes, Bubba. Have a rest, days.
He had gone through probably 10 to 20, possibly more transfusions. It was quite a lot for a child to go through. And I think being a parent, it was quite a hard thing to do with.
Roll over. Go that way and have a nap.
How could you go out in the morning without having a shower?
You can't just do it.
I can't do it. You do take a long time in the shower, though, Tara.
You take long in the shower because she gets in. I know her routine, right? She gets in, she rolls her nose.
But after I've had my shower.
She does it, but like she pushes her nostrils in, so it makes like a pig noise.
It's like a picnic. I'm sitting on the bottom of the stairs this morning thinking, for God's sake, and all I could hear was
take that long. I was going quick as well.
20 minutes she was in there.
Yeah, but I had to do 2 shampoos. You all right?
We thought... No, we... Spell the word. F-O-R... We forgot your computer. No, we haven't forgotten your computer.
Mark has a severe chest infection. Doctors are concerned that he isn't responding to antibiotics.
His chest's just bogged, isn't it?
Absolutely. I booked an X-ray.
It was the most surreal time of my life. It was strange. He'd miss a step going upstairs and things like that and sort of fall up the stairs. We kept saying, there's something wrong, and there's something wrong. Then he said, I'm getting dizzy now and again. And he went to the doctors. And he sent him up to see the specialist, which diagnosed the brain tumour. Everything went quiet. I couldn't hear a thing, didn't see a thing. I just thought, he's got a brain tumour, he's got a brain tumour, he's got a brain tumour. Good boy. You look tired, babe, are you? Yeah? Mark was crying, so I put my arm around him and I said, come on, we'll be all right, we can do this. I didn't know whether I wanted to cry, whether I wanted to go and throw myself under a bus. Your foot? What's up with it now? What, this one? And within 48 hours, he was in hospital having the operation. We didn't have time to sort of stop and think about it. It was a case of, he's there, we've got to be there. And that day he had his operations, it was the longest day of my life, it really was. Terrible day.
He had the operation to remove the tumour on a Wednesday, and we thought he was on the mend. And the following Wednesday, meningitis stepped in. Mark was in a coma for 7 to 8 months. Oh God, that was absolutely horrendous. I mean, we were up here all night long. We couldn't sleep, we couldn't do anything because all we were thinking is why? You know, why is this happening to us?
I'm Kieran, I'm from X-Ray. Just here to take an image of your chest.
Once he came out of the coma, we started to see some of the effects of Mark's meningitis.
Mark, I need to put this behind your back, so we're going to lean you forward.
He lost the use of his legs. He still had the use of his arms, and his neck and his head sort of moved.
OK, Mark, chin up.
Smile.
All right, breathe in.
But until he was fully conscious, nobody really knew what damage was done.
Thanks a million. Perfecto.
All of a sudden, no, life isn't so wonderful anymore. Suddenly, a bombshell, it sort of, hits you. So that perfect little world that I was sitting there thinking about had suddenly been shattered. It was awful.
Why don't you just close your eyes and rest, mate?
Roberto. Rachel. Jose. Robert. I'm taking this personally now. No one's answering me.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it's better than yours, damn right. It's better than yours. I could teach you, but I have to.
You can't teach me nothing, man.
Katrina fell off a fence and injured her knee. Doctors have received the X-ray results showing the extent of the damage.
So on your X-ray, I'll show you. So can you see this here? Mm-hmm. So this is what we call a hemolipoarthrosis or lipohemoarthrosis, which is an injury in the knee. So I spoke to the orthopedic colleagues. You know the test I got you to do around lifting your leg up off the bed. So it's quite an important test, as I said. So what she would like is you to have a bit more stronger pain relief while you're here, okay? And then for us to retest maybe in sort of 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and to see if you can do that.
Okay, cool.
Is that all right?
That's
perfect.
fine.
And you said no allergies to anything, didn't you?
Not that I know of. My cousin Savoy and we grew up together, and we would always be running around each other and running around like granddads, trying not to get into trouble. He had such a beautiful heart. Beautiful heart, and even bigger ears. I used to tease him about his ears all the time. Every time I saw him, I was like, you haven't grown into your ears yet. So, you know, we always used to banter. And whenever I saw him, it was hugs, kisses. He wanted to travel. He wanted to see different places. He was going to do traveling this year. It's a shame that he was cut short before he knew what his potential could have been. My cousin was killed. He was stabbed in April. I remember when my dad, he told me, and I just felt like the world stopped.
Do you miss it?
All the time. I just want a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. And that would be enough, you know? But I'm not gonna get that minute. Oh. Hello? Did you take any photos for me? All right, let me look. Oh my God, that is lovely. Oh, I'm so happy with that.
Orthopedic doctors have arrived to do a secondary test.
Katrina, hi, I'm Ali. I'm one of the doctors.
Hi,
Orthopedic.
Adrian.
How are you?
I'm in pain.
You gonna lift your leg up?
I'm trying. I can't.
You can't?
No.
If I was to lift your leg up, does that hurt?
Yeah, that's fine.
Can you keep it there if I was to let go?
I don't know.
You'll move your hand? Okay.
The pain is like literally, it feels like so much pressure up here, like...
Under the kneecap?
No, so it was where you was pressing there, yeah.
You might have a tear in the tendon here. That's probably why you're unable to straighten your leg. We're going to put you in a brace. If the tendon's ruptured, likely chances you will need a small operation to put the tendon ends back together.
Okay.
But we'll know that tomorrow.
Right, cool.
Yeah? Sounds like a plan? Okay.
Devoy was the 31st person to be stabbed in London this year alone, and that was by April. In a matter of days, that increased to in the 40s. I'm scared for my brothers, I'm scared for my cousins, I'm scared for my friends, my male friends. Hi. When someone has stabbed someone and killed them, to me, 2 lives are ruined. The individual that's passed away and the person who did it.
Right, I'm gonna take the brakes off, okay?
The only person that should be taking any lives is the man upstairs, it's God. You're gonna carry me?
Try that.
It's a horrible time that we're living in at the moment. Nothing will ever replace him, nothing. But the fact that we're a strong family unit now and we're just pushing forwards, that means a lot.
You don't understand how busy we've been, and I've seen about 20 patients I need to do discharge letters for, and I said I'll do it by 6 o'clock.
You can watch something. Hey? What would you like to watch?
Doctors are worried that Thomas might have an infection in his blood.
Bing, which one do you want to watch?
Hello, little man. I told you she'll come see you.
Here you go, my boy.
Just some onion rings.
Hello.
Oh, hi. I'm Danielle. I'm one of the paediatric doctors. I've met Mum already, but everyone's here now. How's he doing?
He's a bit grizzly.
That's fine. Hi.
Anything come back?
So it's not back yet because it's gone to the main lab.
All right.
But I think we've spoken, after speaking to Dr. Thomas and our infectious diseases team who deal with the line infections here, we're going to bring him in, I think.
Okay.
And start him on some antibiotics.
Okay.
We're just in discussion with the infectious diseases doctors now about what antibiotics to give him.
Okay.
Because he's had certain things grown in that before.
Yeah.
Going to start the antibiotics in the next half an hour, bring him in, and then hopefully within the next 48 hours we'll have a bit more. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's
Okay,
brilliant.
so then,
All right, thank you very much.
No worries.
Cheers. He's not too warm as what he has been. Look at his little quiff now.
Thomas's condition is managed by having blood transfusions every 3 weeks.
Sweet crisp cheers. 1, 2, 3, cheers.
When we found out he had this condition, it was a very stressful time. Me and Craig, we sort of just didn't connect for a bit. It wasn't nice, it was horrible, you know. You thought you finally found that somebody, but with the pressure, you know, of Thomas, we didn't have that love for each other anymore. It had just sort of broken down.
Where's this one go? Under your arm?
So we just decided, you know, it's time to have a break and, you know, focus on Thomas.
Are you okay?
It was a difficult conversation.
We have to sort of put our relationship to the side and focus on more on what was needed for Thomas. Both my priority and Jade's priority is Thomas. The relationship that I have with Jade, it's second to none. We're both there 100% for Thomas. I see him every day. We're literally just father and mother of Thomas, and that's how it's going to remain.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'll pick Thomas up.
It's quite a unique thing to go through in terms of what we've had to deal with Thomas. We just want to try and allow him to have a normal childhood, normally growing up, sort of just being a normal kid.
I think anybody that is exposed to children who have a condition, it changes life so dramatically from the norm that it makes people stronger. It makes people think about life differently. My sister's illness had an impact on our family life. There was a huge concern all the time that Anna may not survive. Any problems, just give me a shout. I think it definitely made things difficult for my parents.
You're not used to having it on the bed, are you?
It's challenging because it's exhausting, puts multiple strains on lots of aspects of life, and it does put a strain on a couple's relationship. But often it turns them into a team. I think it's incredible the strength that you see and the resilience that you see from parents with children who are unwell.
I don't suppose you've got another pillow here for his arm, because
You want another pillow?
he normally has 2 pillows just to keep his arms up.
The medical team now have the full results of Mark's X-ray. They have called specialist ICU doctors in preparation for his continued care at St George's.
He's got a trachea and he's on nippy at the moment. He does 3-hour turns on a speaking valve and he's ventilated overnight. And now he's got...
to go to ICU.
Yeah, he's got tons of secretions, low sats, probably chest sepsis.
His life, for want of another word, has really been taken away from him. You know, I tried and visualise what his life would be like now. You know, at 35, and I'm thinking, oh, I wonder who he would have married and how many children he would have had. All sorts of things. I'm thinking, But instead, I have to come back down to reality. And I try not to think about it too much because, you know, it can be very upsetting to think like that. So you put it out your mind. I think where he is, he's happy. And that's the main thing for me. All the time he's happy, that makes me happy.
It's Mark, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm Anya, one of the doctors in intensive care. I heard you've been having some trouble with your breathing and your chest. If you need to stay in hospital for antibiotics for the chest and the oxygen, then we'd have to bring you to the intensive care unit.
Yeah.
And you normally get the ventilator at night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
You have it overnight.
Stop messing about.
The hardest thing in life I've ever had to do is to watch my son sort of lose everything.
So what I'm going to do is go and speak to the guys upstairs and try and sort you out of bed. Is that all right?
It's not easy to cope with, and when you've got other people around you saying, what are we going to do, what are we going to do? I haven't got a clue. You don't know, do you?
Have you any questions?
We just keep on top of the game and see if we can save him a few more years, you know. Simple as that, but I can't really think about that day, actually. It's not one I look forward to. It's be the end of me, I think, that one. Such a good kid.
All the best, Mark. Take care, buddy. Lovely meeting you, yeah? Take care, mate.
Stop. We do everything that a family should be doing together throughout the weekends. It is a different kind of family, but at the same time it's a happy family. Thomas is happy, and that's all we focus on, is Thomas's happiness.
Spoon jar spoon. Go on.
Life is what you make it. And make the most of things. Now that is you can appreciate. It's not easy, but my friends and family make it easier. My mum and dad are second to none. In other words, they're best.
Within a few months, by having the extension done and the doors made bigger, Mark will be coming home to visit for the first time in 10 years. So I'm looking forward to that day. Mark's taught me never to give up. Never give up on anything. He never gave up. So I think, you know, I should not give up either.
You always think that you're going to see your family members and they're going to be around for a very long period of time. That isn't the case. If you have that moment and that chance to reach out to them, no matter what the issue, the situation, the silly argument, do it. Family means everything. It really does.